Assalamualaikum. So today, me and my partner going to present our academic portfolio. So we can see here our lecturer, Mr. Jackson Wong, and our group is 118. Next. So for the presenter, my name is AIMAN bin SAHARUDIN. My number matrix is 209973. And my partner.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Harzeman ADMEER bin SIMIN, and my number matric is 210804.
Moving on. So today for our presentation, we have four main parts. Firstly is our introductions. Second is beneficial insects that include predator and parasitoid. Next is insects as pollinator. And finally are our conclusions. Next. For the introductions. For the fact that there are about 10 quintillion live insects on Earth, which is equivalent of around 1.4 billion for every humans. Scientists have identified as estimate 5.5 million variety of insect, which is mean represent close to 80% of the world living species. So can you guys imagine that in our world, this world that we live, we have many insects or many species of insect that we don't even know. There are many insects that live in our worlds. So what is the function? What is the benefits of these insects? So insects provide many useful service to mankind and the environment in many number of ways. It can keep pests in check for our crops, so our production. It can pollinate crops. It can act as sanitation expert. It also can clean up waste so that our world does not have to become overrun with dumps. Next. Moving on to our focus today. So our today focus is about the role of insects in the crop management. So we focus on beneficial insect that is predator. Predator is the species of insect that capture and eat other organisms, such as insect, pests, and mites. Predator beneficial by helping in controlling pests by eating the pests that keep destroying our crops and productions. So using this type of insect, it can help control the pest by natural control pests and without using any chemical that can harm our crops. For example, if the crop suffer from AFIQ, that insect that small, that sucking insect that damage plants and leaf. So we can see the picture here. We can see the ladybug that eating AFIQ, so it can control the AFIQ populations. Next, about parasitoid. Parasitoid is insect that parasite other insect. It basically live in the host of the insect. It an organism that live close association with its host, and eventually it will resulting the death of the host. So we can see here the picture of the example of parasitoid. That is wasps, parasitic wasps, one of the parasitoid insects. It can attack all stage of their host. It neither eggs, larva, nymph, and pupae and adult stage. It will kill the insect that destroy our crop. Next. So I'm going to pass our presentation to Harzeman.
All right, thank you, AFIQ. I am going to present next idea, but before that, have you ever wondered how the plant can produce a fruit and make a new seed? That's right. That's because of insect. Insects pollination service is essential for plant reproduce. First of all, flowers need to be fertilized so they can make the new seed Fruits and nuts needed to grow seedlings and spread to the new areas. Basically, plants provide sweet nectar and pollen for pollinators. In return, pollinators move pollen from one flower to another, fertilizing the plant so it can produce seeds. Based on research led by Bijon K. Clark, declared that bees are perhaps the most important to crop pollination. This because bees also tend to focus on one flower at a time, thus ensuring flowers of the same species are pollinated. The second one is insects are vital not only to the ecosystem, but also to global food supply for humans. For example, many important crops such as apples, pears, blackberries, peach, alfalfa, and almonds depend on pollinated insects. In an article appearing in Bioscience, experts from John Losey and Max Vaughan estimate the value of pollinated insects to crop production to be more than $3 billion annually. Wow, that's so mind-blowing that insect can do such a thing. All right, turning to the last part of the presentation, let me go over the key points. Previously, AFIQ already said that beneficial insects like predators in helping controlling pests by eating the pests that keep destroying the crops. Other than that, parasitoid inject the parasite into the host, eventually resulting in the death of the host instant time. And insect also give a pollination service to the plant so they can produce and get to the new plant, new fruit, and flowers. Also, they are not only for the ecosystem, but for the global food supply for human. That really important to give something in return for the human. All right, in a nutshell, insects have a bigger impact in agricultural sector with help in important section like controlling pests and as good pollinator for crop production. Better quality of the crops is depending on effectiveness of environment that help to increase their production by involving insect as a character in this sector. Before I end my presentation, I would like to share a quote from E.O. Wilson that he said, if all mankind were to disappear, the world will regenerate back to the rich state of equilibrium that exists 10,000 years ago. If insects were to vanish, the environment would collapse into chaos. I think that's all for today. Thank you for listening, and I hope that you found it interesting.
Thank you.